Hey guys, long time no see. It's been a while since I posted a long form video, but I'm back. And today we are going to be going over my TBR for the month of October. And I use the word TBR very loosely because the stack of books that I have here is absolutely ginormous. And there is not a single chance in hell that I finish every single one of these books this month. There's also books that I don't own yet that I have on my TBR for this month. So we're going to call this my October hopefuls. These are all of the books that I would love to read this month that I hope I get to read this month. But if we're being real, there's no chance that I'm actually going to read all of these. So this is just the stack of books that I will be picking from throughout the month. So without further ado, the first book that we have to mention is Every Spiral of Fate by Tahereh Mafi. And who's surprised? Not me. This is my most anticipated read for the rest of the year. And you can bet the second that that book hits my doorstep, I will be doing nothing else but reading this book until it is finished. It comes out on September 30th, so I definitely won't be able to finish the entire book by the end of September, but you can bet it will be the first book that I read in October, and I am so excited for this book. If you didn't know, this is the fourth book in the This Woven Kingdom series by Tahereh Mafi, my all-time favorite series. If you like Bridgerton, if you like a slow burn romance, if you like yearning and tension and a little bit of whimsy, a little bit of magic, this is the perfect series for you and you must read it, okay? And don't be deterred if you didn't like Shatter Me, because I have heard that this series is completely different from the Shatter Me series and you wouldn't even be able to tell that it was written by the same author. I personally have not read Shatter Me, but I can tell you with my full chest that This Woven Kingdom is one of the best written series of books I have ever read in my entire life. So obviously this has to be my first read for October. Next up, we have Fledgling by Octavia E. Butler. To be honest, I know nothing about this book other than the fact that it has vampires, which is why I would love to read it in October. I feel like vampire books belong in October. That is when they should be read. It's spooky season. That's the best time of year to read about these blood-sucking demons, okay? I'll read you guys the back since I don't know anything about this. It says, Shori is a mystery. Seemingly a young girl, she wakes up alone in the woods with critical wounds and traumatic amnesia, only to learn that she is actually a 53-year-old vampire, the lost child of an ancient species that is driven by blood and lives in dark symbiosis with humanity. Genetically modified to be able to walk in the daylight, Shori must use her rare gift to uncover whatever she can about her old life and figure out who wants to destroy her and the rest of her kind. So yeah, sounds like the perfect spooky read for spooky season, and I'm very excited about this book. Next up, we have a book that I do know for sure will be getting read in October, and that is The Exorcist by William Peter Blatty. I mean, come on. How could you not read this in October? There is no other time of year that would be more appropriate to read The Exorcist. I'm so excited about this. I was really drawn to this cover in Barnes & Noble. This is like the 20th anniversary edition or something, and it glows in the dark. How cool is that? But anyway, I have never seen the movie for this book, so I thought it would be really fun to read the book and then watch the movie. Sounds like a fun time to me. Super excited to get to this one. Next up, we're bringing back a book that was on my TBR for August, and that is Hungerstone by Kat Dunn, another vampire book. This one is a historical vampire book. I think it takes place in like the 1800s, which is my personal favorite era to read about. So I mean, how could you go wrong? The 1800s, vampires, this sounds like it's going to be a really fun, spooky time. I hear that this book is queer and feminist, and honestly, those two things are going to get me every single time, so I'm super excited to read this book. Next up, we have Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. I have been eyeing this book for forever. I recently read all of Madeline Miller's backlist, and that made me realize that I think I really love reading Greek mythology. And Jennifer Saint is another really popular Greek mythology writer, and I feel like her work is the next pool that I would really like to dip my toes into. There's just something about Greek mythology that I find just so captivating. It's really whimsical. The type of like fantasy and magic that are in these books just really speaks to me. It's like the perfect kind of fantasy read for me. So I'm really excited to get to this one. Next up, we have Middle Spoon by Alejandro Varela. This is a book that I know I will for sure be reading in October. I have decided that every month I want to go into Barnes & Noble and look at the new releases and pick out a book just solely based on the cover that I've never heard anything about before. And this one really drew my eye the last time that I was there, I think because of the pink and red color combo. That's my favorite color combination. If you did not know, I absolutely love the way that it looks. So this book just immediately drew me in. I read a little bit about this when I was in Barnes and Noble. I think this is about a man who has both a husband and a boyfriend. So it's exploring a polygamist relationship, which definitely intrigued me. And also, I opened this up and it looks like it is told entirely in emails, which is really exciting to me and definitely sold this book for me. I'm doing this as kind of a way to spread the word about some authors that don't get quite enough attention. So I'm really hoping that I love all of the books that I pick for this series, and then I can let you guys know about some new authors and put you on to some really great books that you might not have heard about before. So really excited for this one. And if you've been following along with me for a while, you will know that I am trying desperately to finish up Ali Hazelwood's backlist by the end of this year. So I'm putting both Love on the Brain and Check and Mate on this list, not to mention Bride, which also comes out in October. Definitely not going to read all three of these books in October. I will probably only get to one of them, most likely Bride, honestly, because that's just kind of the vibe for October. But if I could get to one of these as well, that would be ideal. I would just really love to finish up Ali Hazelwood's backlist and finally be able to give you guys my official Ali Hazelwood ranking. So both of these are definitely on my radar for the month. And then last but not least, a very exciting book that I'm so hyped to read, Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. Now, I do still have to reread One Dark Window before I get to this book, but I'm hoping I'm going to be able to do that by the end of September. I'm just really excited to finally finish out this duology. After I read The Night and the Moth earlier this year and absolutely loved it. I mean, I devoured that book. I loved every single thing about it. It was incredible. I just really feel like I needed to give One Dark Window another chance. So I'm really excited to reread that book, but also to finally finish out this duology. I just have a really good feeling about this. I feel like I'm going to love it. I love Rachel Gillig's writing and her dark atmospheric worlds that she creates. There's just nobody that can do a dark gothic and atmospheric fantasy like the queen Rachel Gillig. So I'm really excited for this, and I just feel like October is going to be the perfect time to finish out this duology. And that is everything that I hope to read in October. Keyword hope, okay? Remember, I'm not going to get to all of these, but let me know in the comments which of these you would most like to see me read, and maybe I'll take that into consideration. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe if you're enjoying my content, and I will see you guys very soon with my September wrap up.